Not to forget that you can watch us live on Facebook at Ogtv and Ogun State Television, YouTube at Ogtv Abeokuta, and on Ogtv website www.ogtv.com.ng/live. For the latest news and reports, you can check us on these platforms: X at Ogtv, Instagram at Ogun State Television, or download Ogtv app on Apple Store and Google Play Store. We begin with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who declared a national security emergency where he authorized urgent additional recruitment into the armed forces and police. A statement from the State House in Abuja says the president has directed the Nigerian police force to recruit an additional 20,000 officers, bringing the total planned intake to 50,000. He also authorized the use of NYSC camps as temporary training facilities for the recruit. Another measure announced by the president included withdrawal of police officers currently on VIP protection duties to be redeployed after crash retraining to troubled areas. He also directed the DSS to immediately deploy all trained forest guards and recruit more to clear terrorists and bandits from forests nationwide. The president also pledged full federal support to state-level security outfits, while calling on National Assembly to enact laws to allow willing states to establish state police. Meanwhile, President Tinubu has ordered a 24-hour area surveillance on forests in Kwara, Kebbi, and some parts of Niger State in a renewed offensive against insurgency and banditry in the troubled north central and northeast zones. He ordered a full-scale cordon by soldiers who were mandated to displace the terrorists and halt the violence being perpetrated by the abductors. The special advisor to the president on media and communication, Sunday Dare, disclosed the presidential directive on his verified X handle. It said the president had mandated the Nigerian Air Force to expand air surveillance across the innermost parts of the forest where criminal groups are believed to be hiding. In compliance with the directive, the Air Force is to maintain an uninterrupted 24-hour area watch over the troubled zones and synchronize operations with ground troops already deployed for rescue missions and counter-terrorism actions. The instruction comes amid a worrying escalation of the insecurity in the north central and northwest regions, including last week's mass abduction of worshippers in Kwara State and attacks in parts of Kebbi and Niger that have unleashed tension. On Sunday, 38 abductees from Kwara State were rescued, while 51 Niger pupils were reunited with their parent. Also, kidnapped Kebbi students have regained freedom. The chairman of Southern Governors Forum, who is also governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, says it is imperative for Southern State to have joint security task force, share intelligence seamlessly, and adopt regional strategies. He stated this at the meeting held in Ikperu in Ikena local government area of Ogun State. The forum commends President Bola Tinubu, describing his effort as transformative through the renewed hope agenda and the reforms to improve the socio-economic development of the country. On the successful rescue of the abducted student, the forum applauded the federal government for reshaping the nation's security architecture and made it become more coordinated, intelligent, and responsible, saying this act of leadership has reassured Nigerians that the safety of children remains a top national priority. Governor Abiodun also notes that road construction, housing initiatives, and rail expansion continues to gather momentum, adding that the current administration has supported subnational government through various fiscal interventions that have strengthened infrastructure, declared outstanding obligations, and improved services to the people. The meeting also agreed that the creation of state police remains a non-negotiable component of a collective demand for true federalism and effective grassroots security, saying the southern region has consistently advocated for a policed that is closer to the people and better equipped to address rapidly evolving challenges currently facing the country. They, however, called for the need for the region to pursue a more coordinated development strategy that addresses socio-economic stability. Meanwhile, in its communique issued at the end of their meeting, the forum commended President Bola Tinubu for what it calls bold and visionary leadership in restoring macroeconomic stability in the country. The president was also lauded for his commitment to rebuilding the integrity and capacity of Nigeria's security forces, notably through rehabilitation of police and NSCDC training colleges. After a thorough review of the security landscape, the forum resolved to create a zonal security fund, enhancing intelligent communication infrastructure and reinforce advocacy for the state policing. It's also a great creation of resident identification program support for regional security structures and governance of land and mining activities. While the meeting resolved to institutionalize strong traditional councils, it concluded by passing a vote of confidence in President Tinubu in recognition of his leadership and commitment to national stability and reform. The Senate has dissolved its standing committees on Air Force, National Security and Intelligence with immediate effect. It also said that new committees would be reconstituted within 1 week. This decision came after the Senate leader, Senator Ogtv Bamidele, expressed dissatisfaction with the committee's oversight performance so far. It's further directed chairman of its standing committees on Army, Navy, Defense, Interior and Police Affairs to brief the Senate within 1 week during a closed-door session on their ongoing efforts to reduce insecurity across the country and to justify their continued existence. The upper chamber also began a probe into the withdrawal of security troops from the Kebbi School prior to the bandits' attack and directed that findings be submitted within 2 weeks. It mandated its committees on Army, Defense, Police Affairs, Interior and Special Duties to jointly conduct the probe and report back to the chamber. The Senate also probed the circumstances surrounding the killing of Brigadier General Uba, with the report expected within the same time frame. Additionally, the chamber resolved that its leadership should meet immediately with President Bola Tinubu to brief him on the resolutions reached during the security debate. Here in Ogun State, the state government has reiterated its commitment to rehabilitating major roads in the outer axis of the state, assuring residents that construction work will commence soon on several critical routes. The government restated this position during a meeting with the leadership of the Nigerian Bar Association, Ota Branch, who paid a visit to the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Mr. Oluwashino Ogungbade-san. Speaking on behalf of the government, Ogungbade said that 6 major roads, Joju and Ojuore, have been awarded to reputable construction firm, Kremberg, with mobilization to site expected shortly. He explained that additional road projects within the corridor have been segmented into 4 phases. The Ayobo Link Road to Lagos 5.3 kilometer and Lafenwa Junction Boundary Road, Koroton Phase and Itele Lafenwa Junction. According to him, work on the first and second phases will begin immediately. He encouraged the lawyers to utilize their privileged access to government for faster and more effective engagement, noting that the administration of Governor Dapo Abiodun has constructed or rehabilitated over 1,500 kilometers of roads across the state, many of which are in Ota. The government team, which included the Solicitor General and Permanent Secretary, Mr. Olusegun Olautan, the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Works, Engineer Oladimeji Yusuf, and the Special Advisor on Media and Strategy, Honorable Kayode Akimade, further stressed that several of the roads under public scrutiny are federal roads. Honorable Akimade commended the MBA delegation for engaging constructively, but urged them to be wary of political adversaries attempting to hijack the genuine concerns of the resident for self-serving motives. As part of the Ogun State Economic Transformation Project, the state government has begun the rehabilitation of some key facilities, including the Odeda Farm Institute, Ajegunle Farm Settlement, Ikene Processing Facility, and Adodo Farm Project. Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Security, Bolu Owotomo, disclosed this during an interface with members of the State House of Assembly Committee on Agriculture, led by Honorable Wali Owode. Kola Wali Osho's report is presented in this package.
On the deteriorating state of farm settlements across the state, the Ogun State House of Assembly, through its Committee on Agriculture and Food Security, chaired by Honorable Wali Owode, said that the engagement was at the instance of a House resolution calling for the urgent revitalization of Apuje farms in Ijebu-Ugbo and a comprehensive review of all government-owned agricultural estates. The committee chairman directed the ministry alongside the Agricultural Development Corporation to submit a comprehensive report on all farm settlements in the state. The report, according to the committee, is expected to detail the current state of the settlements, challenges encountered and proposed solutions, including areas requiring legislative support within 1 week. In his contribution, the minority leader, Lukman Adeleye, called for stronger policy alignment between the ministry and the ADC, proposing the development of a unified framework that would clearly outline roles, responsibilities, and measurable outcomes to ensure a synchronized approach to managing the state farm settlements. Meanwhile, the committee had earlier directed the management of the Ijebu Northeast local government, led by the chairman, Honorable Folusho Badejo, to resolve the leadership lopsidedness at Imowo cattle market, leading to disagreements among the stakeholders within 1 week. The committee chairman, in company of other members, issued a directive during a meeting with the stakeholders, which comprised the representatives of the State Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, the concerned local government council, and the management of the cattle market at the Assembly Complex, Okemosan, Abeokuta. The directive was issued in response to the petition submitted by one Shakiru Adekunle, who drew the attention of the Assembly to the imbalance in this executive members' composition in the administration of the market, which needed to be immediately addressed.
And industries operating within the state have been urged not to deprive government of the revenues needed to provide basic amenities by ensuring full compliance and payment of taxes and other statutory levies. Special Advisor to the Ogun State Governor on Revenue Generation, Jide Sanwo, gave the charge while leading the enforcement team of the Ogun State Internal Revenue Service to the Ogun Guangdong Free Trade Zone in Igbesa. Matthew Shomi completes the report.
Ogun State generates a significant portion of its revenue from industrial zones, and the Ogun Guangdong Free Trade Zone remains one of the largest clusters of private sector activity in the state. However, years of unpaid taxes and levies amounting to over 75 billion naira have prompted this enforcement operation by the Ogun State Internal Revenue Service.
They've been owing government for a while, and we've given them more than enough notices, which they failed to adhere to. So we didn't have any other choice than to come and do what we did. They know, they have a commitment already. We have a letter from them indicating they're owing government. They're not denying the fact. And government needs all our revenue as quickly as possible.
After several hours of blocking entry into the zone to compel engagement, representatives of the affected companies met the enforcement team led by the Special Advisor to the Governor on Revenue Generation, Jide Sanwo. The company representatives appealed for a 2-week grace period to settle the outstanding liabilities, a commitment they documented in a signed undertaking.
And we have an agreement made now that they're going to respond within the next 10 working days, which, of course, is ideal with us. However, we can assure you that if this is not adhered to, we won't have any other choice than to go the next step.
The Special Advisor cautioned other companies across the state against tax evasion, urging them to fulfill their civic responsibility to enable governments deliver essential services. Matthew Shoumi, Ogtv News.
Still ahead, federal government launches national financial literacy drive to empower young Nigerians. More news and report after the break.
Whatever you need, whatever you love.
What makes every order special? The fact that it births new beginnings. Inspiring us to express every shade of who we are.
Whatever you need.
It's the joy each order brings. We know this, and that's why for whatever life's needs you may have, Jumia is here for you. Download the Jumia app now. Jumia, joy delivered.
Glad to have you on the second segment of the news. As part of ongoing efforts to curb unethical practices and indiscriminate dumping of refuse across Ogun State, the Ogun State Waste Management Authority has intensified its enforcement operations, cracking down on persistent environmental violations. During one of its routine operations, 8 residents were apprehended in Abeokuta for illegally dumping waste in an unauthorized location. Speaking on the development, General Manager of the Ogun State Waste Management Authority, Honorable Abayomi Onye, reiterated the agency's unwavering commitment to ending all forms of reckless waste disposal.
We want to be in partner with the people, and as such, we want to see how we can manage it without going through this route. But when we notice that the people are not ready to change, if they have been there and I say that we don't have PS in our area, that would have been a different thing. And we have also told them that if you don't have PS in your locality, please call. There are interventions vehicles. We will immediately send an intervention there and you evacuate your waste. There are these tricycles that are moving into local communities that is not wider, that their roads are not wider, so that they can access and pick your waste. But the truth is the people are not ready to do that. All they want to do is to take it and put it on the media. It's not right.
Some of the apprehended residents appealed to the government to temper justice with mercy.
I dropped a refuse and I was told that place is not an appropriate place to drop the refuse. The government have been making an announcement, but I just want them to publicize it the more.
Abu wace shara ga titi ko ba gaskiya ba, ni haka ne magana ta.
Similarly, 2 scavengers arrested for picking and scattering waste pleaded for leniency, promising to educate others about the penalties attached to such acts. According to Honorable Onye, illegal dumping carries consequences that extend far beyond the immediate act. He urged all residents to always dispose of their waste responsibly. The federal government, through the Ministry of Youth Development, has launched a nationwide financial education initiative to equip millions of young Nigerians with skills to earn, manage, and grow wealth in a rapidly evolving economy. It said that financial literacy had become a survival skill, stressing that the initiative would help close long-standing knowledge gaps among younger Nigerians. Speaking at the launch in Abuja, Minister of Youth Development, Comrade Ayodele Olawande, highlighted the government's commitment to empowering young people to succeed in business, investment, and financial planning. The program, the Investitional Learning Management System, LMS, was launched in collaboration with the Investitional Academy of Future Millionaires under the theme, Empowering Nigerian Youth through Financial Literacy, Investment and Wealth Creation. He urged youth to take action by embracing the opportunities provided through the LMS adding that the real change comes not from motivational speeches, but from practical learning and implementation. Olawande noted that President Bola Tinubu administration was committed to ensuring that no Nigerian child drops out of school due to financial challenges, describing it as a transformative step in youth development. The newly renovated Christian Pilgrimages Memory Baptist Day Nursery and Primary School has been commissioned. The project was undertaken by Lafarge Africa PLC in Ewekoro, and the ceremony featured donation of essential learning materials to support the pupils in the area. Olaide Oloye completes the report.
The story of Christian Pelamogis Memorial Baptist Day Nursery and Primary School began with a structure one described as inadequate, with non-functional facilities that made effective teaching and learning difficult. But the narrative has now changed following a transformation undertaken by Lafarge Africa Company. It was a moment of celebration and renewed hope for pupils, teachers, and parents as the fully renovated school was officially commissioned in the presence of government officials and community stakeholders. The upgraded facilities include modern classrooms, improved roofing, new desks and furniture, enhanced learning tools, and other essential infrastructure, all designed to create a safe and child-friendly learning environment. Ogun State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abayomi Aribabu, emphasized that providing a conducive learning environment is critical to improving pupils' academic performance and overall well-being.
I want you to use it with a lot of responsibility, and I want to assure the fact that we also continue to monitor. I'm sure that everybody would have seen that this Albertinian came met a situation was not all that palatable, but we left the situation far better than we met it.
Also speaking, the chairman of Ogun State Universal Basic Education Board, Evangelist Olale Koinfede, joined other government officials in calling on stakeholders to support the state government's vision of securing a brighter future for children across Ogun State.
We are really grateful to you, and for also to encourage other companies around to do what we have done. Like I said, this is just one of the schools we have in the Ewekoro local government. We are still looking for more.
With this state-of-art facility, we are taking a significant step towards providing equal opportunities for both young girls and boys, fostering an environment where every child can thrive, irrespective of their background.
Beyond the structural improvement, Lafarge Africa also donated a range of textbooks and instructional materials to enhance teaching and learning. According to the GMD CEO of Lafarge Africa, Lolu Alade Akinyemi, the renovation and donation form part of the company's continued commitment to improving access to quality basic education within its host community.
This upgraded facility, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, belongs to all of us, and it's something that we have to be proud of. And together we can ensure it provides the right foundation for these children who are the future of tomorrow.
Expressing gratitude, the head teacher, together with the pupils, described the project as a transformational intervention that will significantly improve the learner's school experience. Olaide Oloye, Ogtv News.
An effort to boost foundational learning and support children from low-income families, the Promoting Education for Indigent Children Foundation has distributed school materials to 36 pupils across 12 public schools in Ogun State. The gesture is aimed at removing financial barriers and improve learning outcomes. Olaide Oloye again reports.
In a drive to support vulnerable children and strengthen basic education, the Promoting Education for Indigent Children Foundation brings together teachers, parents, community stakeholders, and pupils for its annual distribution of school materials in Abeokuta. The chairman of the management committee, Alhaji Lateef Oridota, explains that the initiative is designed to ease the financial burden that often hinders children from staying in school and learning effectively.
The main objective of Promoting Education for Indigent Children is to assist as many children as possible. This is about half time now, and still there are still a lot of pupils that are yet to have reading materials in school. And we are out to see what we can do to assist these children. But next year, it is going to be another annual public lecture of PEFIC, when we shall raise funds towards this cause again. It is achievable. We want to provide learning materials for 1,000 pupils next year.
Dignitaries present commend the foundation for its consistent intervention and call on other individuals and organizations to emulate its humanitarian efforts.
The program is very, very good. To help the young people, to everybody, we too to go, we know how we start. So we are doing it to be grateful to God.
I want to commend his efforts. In another 10 years, 20 years, I'm sure these children will have grown up to realize that when they were in need, a man came up and then gave them the succor which they require.
As we distribute these learning materials today, let us remember that every investment in child is an investment in the future of Ogun State and Nigeria. On behalf of Ogun State, I reaffirm our commitment to continuous collaboration.
A total of 36 pupils selected from 12 government schools in Ogun State for the 2025-2026 academic session received exercise books, textbooks, writing materials, and other essential learning items. Some of the excited pupils described the support as timely, especially as many households continue to struggle with economic challenges. PEFIC said it remains committed to expanding its reach across Ogun State and beyond, with the goal of creating a more inclusive and enabling environment for quality education. Olaide Oloye, Ogtv News.
The first term examination for all public primary and secondary schools, as well as government technical colleges and government secondary schools in Ogun State, commences on Monday, 1st December 2025 and end on Tuesday night, December 2025 across the state. A statement by the State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abayomi Arigbabu, directed principals, head teachers, and all relevant school authorities to put in place all necessary arrangements to ensure smooth and successful conduct of the examinations. Learners are also advised to maintain appropriate behavior, discipline, and full compliance with well-coordinated examination rules and regulations throughout the period. The statement adds that the ministry has activated all required logistics and supervisory frameworks to ensure a hitch-free, credible, and well-coordinated examination exercise across the state. The chairman of Ikpokia local government area of Ogun State, Honorable Johnson Avoshe, has inaugurated a series of developmental projects across communities within the council. The projects include a newly constructed block of 3 classrooms at a local government primary school, a renovated block of 2 classrooms at local government primary school, and a 20-unit open market store with 2 toilets, among others. Benga Dekoya's report is presented in this package.
Ikpokia local government is marking its 1 year in office with the commissioning of major infrastructure projects across several communities, a move aimed at improving education and boosting local economic activities. At local government primary school Ijata, the chairman inaugurates an innovated block of 2 classrooms, giving pupils and teachers a more conducive learning environment. In Mau, a newly constructed block of 3 classrooms is commissioned at the local government primary school, expanding access to quality education for children in the community. At Vawe Tafe Araromi, residents witnessed the opening of a modern 20-unit open store facility equipped with 2 toilets to enhance hygiene and support small businesses in the market.
Ikpokia local government chairman has prioritized education. On behalf of the local of the governor, let me sincerely appreciate him and his ESCO for what they have been doing. I'm happy, I'm pleased. The grassroots, we must all know that the grassroots is where governance needs to be felt most.
Activities later moved to council secretariat, where residents and party leaders commend Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun for his support noting that the projects align with the administration's commitments to grassroots development.
Thank our amiable governor, His Excellency Prince Dr. Dapo Abiodun, for giving the financial support to all the 20 local governments in Ogun State. Even though when I was here as the executive chairman, Mr. Governor did the same thing.
I've been to many local governments. We've supervised so many projects. We've witnessed so many things, and we just finished our tour of all the local government. And I can tell you that he is one of the best performing local government chairmen, That is Honorable Johnson, Afoshe.
Council Chairman Honorable Johnson Akuome Avose appreciates the people of Ipokia for their cooperation over the last 1 year, assuring them that more developmental initiatives are on the way.
His Excellency mantra and vision of building our future together has been the guiding principle for this administration, ably led by my humble self. We have passionately worked to ensure that every nook and cranny of Ipokia local government is touched by the execution of people-oriented projects. I can assure you all that this is just the beginning. By the end of our tenure, our Ipokia local government will witness complete transformation in infrastructure, socio-economic development across the 12th ward that made up of Ipokia local government.
The project commissioning formed part of activities marking the first anniversary of current administration in Ipokia local government.
The Violence Against Persons Prohibition Law enacted by the Ogun State government in 2018 is a significant step in addressing sexual and gender-based violence, and it is fast yielding good results with the introduction of Ibi Sadi, a one-stop center designed to address domestic violence issues. Benga Adekoya was with the combined sensitization team of the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development, Ministry of Justice and HEG, Institute for Innovation of Law to E4 Market in Ogun State. His report is presented in this package.
Ibi Sadi, a place of refuge, is an innovative one-step center in Ogun State, designed to address and improve the prevention and resolution of domestic violence issues. The initiative, developed through the State Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development in collaboration with the Hague Institute of Innovative of Law and local partners, provides a coordinated response to domestic violence cases, hence the need to sensitize the people.
We are from the Ogun State Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development in collaboration with Ibi Sadi. We call it Ibi Sadi, a place of refuge where you can go and receive succor.
The Iyaloja of Ifo Town Hall Market, Kabirat Adebayo, and Iyaloja Ojoba Market, Erelu Olabisi, commended the initiative, saying it will go a long way towards eradicating domestic violence.
This program is a relief for every woman in Ogun State, because so many things has happened due to this violence between husband and wife, between father, mother, and children.
Ijeoma Nwafo, the country representative of the Hague Institute for Innovation of Law, and Barrister Adeda Molalakute, noted that the present reality calls for innovative approaches to support survivors, effectively calling on market men and women to take full advantage.
We're trying to house it as one place where you go, your case will be taken. If a lawyer needs to get involved, if police needs to get involved, if if doctors need to get involved, just one place for case management. We are hoping that over time, at the pace that the Commissioner for Women Affairs is moving, that it will be the founding step towards a rapid response system for Ogun State.
They, however, opined that translating the legal framework into meaningful change for survivors requires effective implementation and innovative solutions, hence the need for collaboration between all concerned agencies. The sensitization, which started in Ifo Market, is said to be extended to every part of Ogun State for proper awareness.
The third edition of International Shoemakers Day has been held with an impressive exhibition of artistic and stylish footwears. The event featured a vibrant showcase of craftsmanship, bringing together designers, artisans, and shoe lovers under one roof. According to the organizers, the celebration is designed to promote local footwears, encourage innovation, and also provide a platform for shoemakers to network and share ideas. Adedamola Adeniji was present at the exhibition held at June 12 Cultural Center in Abeokuta. This report is presented from our studios.
An exquisite display of art and crafts showcasing different footwears marked the third edition of the International Shoemakers Day. The event had government officials, dignitaries, and shoemakers present to commemorate the day. Speaking at the event, the Commissioner for Community and Trade, Honorable Ademola Balogun, who was represented by Segun Shiele, says the day goes beyond shoemaking, describing it as a celebration of creativity across the state, while he emphasized the need to promote more artisans to drive development and boost local enterprise.
Today's celebration is not merely a gathering of shoemakers. It is a celebration of creativity, skill, dignity of labor, and the tremendous contribution of artisans to the growth and development of the state.
In his welcome address, the state coordinator Adedoku Adewale urges shoemakers and the government to work collaboratively to further showcase skills and craftsmanship across the state.
We're looking at it now. We are boosting made in Nigeria footwear, supporting our artisans and growing our economy through innovation and sustainability.
According to the organizers, the celebration aims to elevate the shoemaking industry by promoting creativity, supporting local artisans, while attendees believe the annual gathering will further strengthen the sector and attract more emerging talents.
This is a wonderful celebration to all KELA members in Ogun State, because it has not been happened like this, and it's a great something that we start today.
To God be the glory. I didn't expect that it would be like this, but thank God. You see all our works, all we have been doing. This is handmade, not imported. Handmade, Nigerian made. And we are from Ogun State, and we really do the best out of it.
I'm happy about today's exhibition because it's creating more awareness for we shoemakers in Ogun State and Nigeria as a whole. So I will also want to encourage people to patronize local handmade footwear.
This is my first time attending the exhibition, so I'm really happy and I'm so much excited as well.
In all, stakeholders express optimism that with continued support, International Shoemakers Day will inspire greater innovation and position the state as a leading hub for quality footwear production.
Olayemi Takuro is standing by for business news. Stay with us.
Hello and welcome to Business News. The government of the People's Republic of China has pledged technical and diplomatic support for Nigeria's ongoing efforts to modernize and automate its seaport operations, signaling a deepening partnership between both countries in the maritime sector. The commitment was made on behalf of the government by China's Vice Minister of Transport, Mr. Li Yang, during a bilateral meeting with Nigeria's Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola, on the sidelines of maritime engagement in London. Mr. Li Yang praised President Bola Tinubu for establishing the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy as a fully dedicated ministry, describing the decision as a transformative step for Nigeria's maritime future. He noted that China currently operates 52 fully automated ports, among the highest number globally, adding that the country has the capacity, experience and technological expertise to support Nigeria as it transitions from manual and semi-automated systems to a fully digitalized port environment. Meanwhile, Nigeria has restated its commitment to upholding and advancing global aviation safety regulations as the country's delegation, led by Honorable Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, joined global leaders at the 42nd Assembly of the International Civil Aviation Organization in Montreal, Canada. This is contained in a statement by the Special Advisor on Media and Communications to the Honorable Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Tunde Moshood. In his remarks, Keyamo relayed the greetings of President Bola Tinubu and the Nigerian